I built a multi-six-figure social media agency from scratch without having any experience. And I'm 43 years old. I'm not no spring chicken. And in today's video, I want to show you what I did to actually build my agency from the ground up with no experience, not knowing what I was doing. And I really didn't know what I was doing in the online marketing space. So we always hear about people who are making six figures online, and we love those stories. I love to hear when people are making a significant amount of money, whether they came from money or didn't come from money. I don't care what age. I love when people are able to have success. But oftentimes we find ourselves not really knowing what people did in order to do it, or like the full transparency. And I'm a very transparent person. If you know me in person and you just hear me talking online, I'm just very open and honest. And so I wanted to kind of pull back the curtain a little bit on my business to tell you how it is that I did what I did and how I'm doing what I'm doing right now, and basically how you can do it too. So my background was in sales. I used to work for Sprint on the corporate side. I did a lot of network marketing back in the day. Like there's this picture back here of me. Let me show it to you. So there's this picture of me at like 22 years old. I was doing network marketing. I was at a conference for the network marketing company, and I was speaking to 12,000 people. It was quite the phenomenon. And this is how I got my start. I didn't get my start online. And so my background just isn't anything to what you're seeing today. This was just someone who was just wanting something different. Now, the thing is that because I was so young at that time, I learned really early on that people were having a lot of success in life, and some of them didn't have a job. And my mind was expanded to the possibilities of what could be, right? So it's like I grew up in a household where we didn't really have a lot of money, no food, no lights, no water many times, just a lot of stuff. And so that didn't really happen in my household. But when I was watching people in the world, I was kind of like, well, how is that happening? And how is that happening? And all these different things. And I just realized that I just wanted more. And so I was working in corporate for many, 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 many years, even though I had already seen the success people could have. And I got engulfed in the online marketing world. And what happened was that I honestly was just fresh off of my divorce. And I was watching someone that I knew, she was using live stream to build an online business. And I was like, well, I don't understand. I know that person. That doesn't make sense. And so I was watching her make a significant amount of money, selling herself as a service, meaning that what she knew from her corporate career, she was utilizing all of that to help people make money online. And I realized, there's something to that. I wonder what I could do. And so one of the first things that I did was I actually invested in her. I paid for an hour of her time. And I said, can you just tell me, what are you doing or what do you think I should be doing? Right. And she instilled some kind of hope in me of what the possibilities were for me. But I still realized that I just didn't know what I was doing. So from there, I realized that if I was going to go become 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever in a business, I was going to have to go to school. Right. And it wasn't going to have to be traditional school. Somebody was going to have to help me, and I was going to have to take the money that I was making, invest it so somebody could help me. All right. So the first thing that I did was I invested in someone. I paid $50 to go to an event. And at this event, the person taught for like 5 hours, teaching all these different things about online marketing. And I was in there amazed and realizing, wow, here is someone who has got it. They know what they're doing. And if I invest in working with them, I may potentially be able to go after what it is that I want to go after. So that was the first thing. I invested because there was so much that I did not know. The second thing that I did was when I started working with that person was like, what do you want to focus on? And I was like, well, I don't know. And the person said to me, well, what are the top 3 reasons why people call you? And I was like, what? And I was like, well, people want me to pray for them. They want, to know, they want to know how to make money, and they want to build a brand. They just knew that about me because all of my years in network marketing. And they said, well, if people are already calling you for those things, why don't you choose one of them and you can focus on one of them so that's how you can build your business. And so that's what I did. I said, okay, we're going to focus on branding. And so initially I was building a brand design agency, but we won't talk about that. We'll talk about what I'm doing present day, but I didn't know how to build it. I had zero audience. Nobody knew who I was. Nobody knew what I knew. Nobody was paying me for anything except for my job. And so I had to invest. And then 2, I had to decide, what am I going to focus on? Right. And once I decided I was going to focus on branding, I said, all right, well, what does this look like? Right. Third thing was, what am I actually going to offer? Because yes, I invested. Yes, this is what I'm going to focus on, but what in the world am I going to offer? Okay. So when I was thinking about what I do today, I was asking myself, do I want to run people's social media for them? Do I want to coach them? Do I want to sell myself as a service, as in consulting? Do I want to have courses? How exactly do I want to make money? And I decided that it was going to be me as a consultant. Okay. So third thing, I chose what I was going to offer. Okay. It was me as a service. So then I had to learn about one-on-one consulting, group coaching, high-end coaching, templates, and digital courses. Right. And I was like, okay, I can do the one-on-one coaching because that's easy to do. And then I said the same thing that I'm teaching in the one-on-ones, I'm going to turn it into an actual course. Because remember, I was investing. And so somebody was teaching me all these things and I was just choosing like, okay, I'm going to either do this or that. And I was like, okay, if I'm teaching people the exact same thing one-on-one, I can then package it and I can turn it into a course. So I decided that it's going to be one-on-one and then courses. So then I had to go, okay, how do I actually coach people? What does the offer actually look like to coach people? And it was, okay, 1 hour of my time for X amount of dollars. All right. So then when it came to course creation, which is the main way we make money, I was saying to myself, okay, well, what does that look like? What is the experience that people are going to have? No idea. I didn't know like how to make a great course or what made a course great, why someone would actually buy a course, or what exactly people wanted to know, right? Because remember, I had focused on branding for a while. So now I was focusing on teaching people social media. And my first course for social media was a TikTok course. It's called Monetize the Talk. I still have it. And I was like, okay, what do people want to know? People want to know how to create on the TikTok platform. That is what they want to know. I said, okay, got it. People want to know how to create on TikTok. All right. Then they also want to know how to make money on TikTok. Okay, got it. So then I had to figure out, how am I going to package it? How am I going to deliver it? That's where I had to learn how to actually create a course. Okay. So when I was having to learn how to create a course of learning, of implementation, because selling one-on-one time is just selling one-on-one, but creating a course is you've got to take people through the promotion of the course, how to buy the course content in there, and all the different things that go along to make a course really great. And I'll be honest with you, my first couple courses were terrible. Listen, I gave it everything that I had, right? But I just didn't really know what I was doing. So I had to really invest in someone teaching me how to create a great course. And honestly, it cost a lot of money for me to learn how to create a great course. But I started to realize that I don't want to just make money. I want people to have success with the course that I've actually created. I want it to be easy for them to navigate. I want them to be able to implement the things that I'm telling them, that I'm teaching them, and make it easy for them. And then as it's easy, they're also just having success, right? And so I invested a lot of money in learning digital courses. And I had to first determine, okay, here is the course that I'm going to create. Here is the outcome I want them to have and what needs to be included in those particular courses. So once all that was in there, then I had to do the next thing. The next thing I had to do was I had to build an audience, right? Because it's one thing to have all the things that I want to sell in the course, but if I don't have anybody to sell it to, then it doesn't really matter. So I had to start building an audience. And if I can be honest with you, I didn't know what I was doing. But the person that I have invested in was like, the fastest way to do this is live streaming. And I was like, live streaming? I don't know how to do that. And so they taught me how to use the live streaming tools. There was Periscope, there's Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and I had to learn how to create a live stream and how to command the room of a live stream. Now, what does that mean? When you are live, you are live. You cannot be, you can't be dillying around, because nobody has time for that. If they're going to watch you live, they want to be entertained, they want to be informed, they want this experience with you, and you have got to show up. So I had to learn, what does that look like to be a good live streamer? What does that look like to be someone that people want to come into my lives, watch my videos, engage with them, and share my videos? Because the strategy with live stream wasn't just for me to go live, but I needed to go live and have people sharing my live stream with other people. Why is that? Because my audience was this big. And if I have 5 people watching me, that's just 5 people. But if I could get those 5 people to share my live stream and they all brought in 2 people, well, that's 10 people that are now in the live stream, 5 that I know, 5 that I don't know. And the next time that I go live, if they all brought 1 person and then they all brought 1 person, they all brought 1 person, that is how I started building my audience, going live and inviting them to share and teaching and serving them in a way where it was so beneficial for them. And that's how my audience grew. And so then when I had the course ready and I wanted to sell it, then I said, okay, I got my offer. I'm building my audience. Now I'm going to use live stream to actually sell my offer. So my course was ready. And then I started selling my offer. First time I sold maybe 2 people. Next time, maybe 5 people. And what started to happen over time was, well, first of all, my audience kept growing and I started to learn these creative ways to sell my digital course to my audience. But I also started to learn how to build an email list. So that's another one, right? So I wasn't just live streaming anymore, but I was learning how to get people on my email list, because if I can get them on my email list, then even when I wasn't live, I could still follow up with them. Okay. So over time and over these years, live streaming and then focusing on growing my audience and getting my audience on my email list is how we have been able to grow as a company. Because here's the deal. One of the things that I have learned is that in order to make, let's just say 6 figures, that's $8,333 a month, right? And so you've got to find ways to build an audience, connect with an audience, and follow up with an audience. And so it wasn't enough for me to create a course, but I had to have the product and I had to have the strategy to reach a new audience of people, stay connected to the current audience, and then get them to want to invest in what it was that I was selling and get them the results that they wanted. Because it's one thing to make money, and it's another thing when people are actually having success from what it is that you're offering to them. Okay. So fast forward, it has now been 8 years since I have been building my business on social media, and we have made multiple 6 figures year after year after year, all because all the investing that I was doing and the implementation and just kind of tweaking things and making things get better is how we started to grow. But then the last thing that I've been doing is that I have been focusing heavily on short video. So you may know this about me or you may not, but I started focusing on growing a massive account on TikTok, a massive account on Instagram and on Facebook, and then obviously trying to grow my community here on YouTube. And one of the ways that we're growing is by utilizing short video marketing strategies, because with short video, people are able to experience you very quickly. Like this video is a little bit long. It's long, right? But my shorter videos are normally 20 seconds, 45 seconds, 1 minute long. And I'm able to reach people really, really, really fast. So when we're not launching my course, I'm focused on connecting with a new audience of people and serving them and inviting them to join my email list. And then when I'm launching my course, I'm using live stream, using short video, and I'm using email to help fuel us to be able to sell my digital course to those that are looking for what they're looking for and that I can help. Okay. So everything that I just shared here is that if you're just starting out and you're trying to grow your social media agency or you're trying to grow your business, and one of the things you want to do is digital courses or just make money, the number one thing you're going to have to do first is you got to choose how do you want to make money. And then 2, you got to invest in somebody. Listen, if I had not invested in all the people that I invested in over the last 8 years, I would still be at Sprint on the corporate side, or I will be back in network marketing because I didn't know what I know today. The only reason I know what I know today is because I've invested in people and they taught me something, and I invested in another person and they taught me something else. And people just keep on teaching me these different things, which is helping me grow and evolve to be able to make money in my business, which is why I'm even able to be here teaching you, because over the years I've been learning and implementing and then sharing with you what I'm learning. So if you're someone and you're saying to yourself, okay, yeah, I need the help, I would love to work with you. I do one-on-one consulting, but I also have an amazing course that's called Vertical Video Mastery that teaches you how to create videos online and how to grow a massive community. That is in the description. Also, being able to work with me one-on-one will be in the description. If you have any questions about getting started building online, getting started with a digital course, or just making your first 6 figures, I want you to comment on this video and ask me anything. I respond to every single comment. Okay. I'm getting a lot better with that, responding to every single comment. So if you got a question, be sure to ask and like the video and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.